there was some pro-gun rally, I think in Virginia, I think like a year or two ago, and he made a video saying that it's going to be like full of Nazis and stuff like that. And he was, at the time, he was even saying that he was getting like death threats from Nazis and shit, and he had like a shaved head.
Well, from the left's perspective, and by the left I mean what is it? Because the Republican Party, constitutional republicanism, it is a liberal philosophy, and by liberal I mean it's a part of the Enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that we call the left in the United States, they're socialists. They're continuing the Rousseauian tradition, the social contract, in to try to go and create the end of history and year zero everything. It's why they call themselves progressive, because at the end of the day, if we're for progress, then anyone who disagrees with us must therefore be anti-progress, and we need to progress, otherwise people are going to die. My political opponents are killing me. That's what that is. They do not view, because they're a part of the end of history tradition, they don't view you as legitimate, and that's why David Hogg calls his political opposition Nazis, because, well, as we found out in 2017, it's okay to punch a Nazi.
Yeah. Would you say, do you think, because I would say, like, I'm kind of like a 90s style liberal, but is that just flat out a conservative now, or like
conservative is also a slur, and conservatism is a very specific philosophy. What we call conservatism is as a philosophy. It is taken from Locke and Burke. Locke is where the sort of classical liberals in the Enlightenment tradition can sort of come with conservatives. But Burke, in particular, he is a monarchist.
What's that?
King, queen, prince. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
But monarchists in particular, well, and there's also like a religious faction of conservatives as well. Like, a conservative doesn't necessarily mean monarchy, but when this is why I don't use the word conservative. It's because the words conservative, it was used by Robespierre, who was carrying the social contract written by Rousseau in his back pocket as he was decapitating people with the guillotine, the systematic slaughter of tens of thousands of people that he called conservative, reactionary, capitalist. You can go on to the list. That is exactly what these people call you. You can have whatever position you want. You can even agree with their fundamental axioms. You can even be a Marxist socialist. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them, because if you do not work with them on absolutely everything, well, then you are maintaining history, and therefore the end of history, therefore year zero.
Acropolis News. News from the Acropolis.